looks like he's live.
Sorry, guys. I hate when you go away for a weekend and then you get like logged out of all your stuff.
Mood.
I know, right? How's everyone doing?
Doing good.
Good. I'm super glad to be back once more
Yeah.
into the Witchlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead.
I actually had a thought. Have you guys ever done the shared chat thing?
I've done it once. Here, I can do this. Shaboop. I think it syncs.
Shaboop. Because I can knock.
Yeah.
I just have to get it to open in the right window real quick because I have too many browsers.
Does it play the knock sound alert when you do it?
I don't think so. That would be
Darn.
cool though. Like the AOL
Mhm.
door sound.
I know it syncs the chat.
Give me 1 second
if I
to
remember
get it open
correctly.
in Chrome here. Boop, 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 boop. And where did you go? There we go. I think I have to knock back. Oh, there we go. Accept. I see it in my chat on here.
Woo! Hello, Pastels
I like how
chat.
Pastels
That's so cute. I love it.
Yay.
the only one with
Perfect.
full health.
Yep.
Look, I did what I had to do to get where I had to get to, and that was the boat.
You're queen, she a track star.
See you when I see a track star.
All right.
You can run away when it gets hard.
So for today, we're just gonna be missing Etika. Is anyone willing to bot Etika?
I was going to, just because I have a feel for cleric, at least mentally, if I remember correctly.
Cool. Sounds good to me. You
It
should.
just also makes sense since Etika covered for Victor last
Opening.
session, so it kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
We have a connection.
It is so true.
Yeah. So you should have
Connection.
you should be able to access Etika's player hand sheet, and if you could, looks like, did someone move Etika? Yes, perfect. So you should already have Etika. All right. So our lovely recaptor, do you want to take it away?
Yes! I'm so excited. We haven't done this in forever.
All right.
Okay, anyway, so last time on Dungeons and Dragons Ubu, while we were in the attic of Bab's hut, excuse me, all of a sudden I have a cough. We had oh my god, English, sorry. We began a fight with a helmet, question mark. Callista attempted to dash and hop away from it, but she was not so successful. Vaughn used command on a mannequin, which I'm assuming is what the helmet was on, if I remember correctly. And he told it to halt. It could not move for at least a round, so that was good. And then after he managed to do that command, he joined Haller at the door of the attic, and oh my god, I can't read my own handwriting. Hello? Something, I'm assuming it's something to do with one of Vaughn's abilities, one of his, like, spirit tail things. But I don't know what word I'm trying to read. Anyway, and he was able to grant, with whatever this was, he was able to grant 9 temporary hit points to both himself and Callista. 4 little lornlings jumping on the bed. One fell off and did not bump its head. Instead, it decided that it wanted to attack us. Anyway, they all kind of gathered around, coming up from the attic staircase, kind of almost surrounding us and just really being pains in the butt. And they managed to down Vaughn in their attack. And Taurus bounded over to kind of help protect Vaughn while he was vulnerable. And he even tried to intimidate some of the Lornlings. Etika and Victor also joined this little powwow with the Lornlings, and Etika managed to hold it dead on one of them, and it died. Conveniently enough. He also used Healing Word to revive Vaughn, and now that he was kind of conscious again, but still kind of like out of it a bit, But he was still able to stab a Lornling with his dagger while he was, prone on the ground. Oh my god. Callista robbed the mannequin of its helmet and she put it on herself. Oh wait, just kidding. This was a different helmet. This was the one that we were there to get in the first place. The deer's head helmet thing for the guy with the thing and the stuff.
His skull.
That, yes, thank you. She put that on and she misty stepped down to safer landings. Vaughn made his way to the balcony, also using Misty Step, and in the distance he could see Bavlorna approaching the cottage on a cloud, kind of like a mushroom cloud type deal there. Halder attempted to electrocute the Lornlings that were left in the building, but unfortunately he failed. The mannequin follows the group, chasing us and attacking Etika. The Lornlings then also attack Halder and Victor. And then while that was going on, Antares jumped off the balcony and swam to Callista, who had managed to make it to the boat at this time. Victor, coincidentally, also used Misty Step to get off of the balcony. Oh no, just kidding. He did this whole bravery thing and just decided to Misty Step into thin air and fell off the balcony, taking 7 points of damage when he hit the ground. Etika was able to disengage and run toward the balcony, and he unintentionally tripped over the edge and also took 6 points of damage on the fall. Vaughn used Bardic Inspiration for Halder, so that way he could jump off the balcony and land right on top of Etika. And then he was also able to join Victor's side. I don't know why I wrote this comment this way, but it says holding space for healing. I don't remember why.
He was holding an action that when somebody ran past him, he was going to do a healing action.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Holding space.
My brain totally went to that meme, the viral we are holding space.
That's why he wrote it.
Yeah,
that's why I wrote
it. That's funny. That's funny.
But then Halder was also able to disengage from the battle with the Lornlings and with the mannequin, I'm assuming, and he ran off the balcony. Unfortunately for us, though, the mannequin decided it wanted to follow us, and it also jumped off the balcony, and it landed on top of Halder, unfortunately, as it is to say.
Mm-hmm.
The Lornlings managed to group up on the balcony and began throwing daggers at us. They managed to down Etika, and Taurus rushed over to his aid, and they managed to miss Halder, even though they were directly above him, but that's besides the point. Victor was able to drag Etika away from the Lornling's range, and unfortunately he failed his first death saving throw. And at this point, Bab was really, really close. Callista managed to bring the boat closer to the group so that way Vaughn can use Bardic Inspiration and stabilize Etika, and together Vaughn and Victor were able to carry Etika to the boat. I don't know. I missed a step in my notes. Halder shoved the mannequin off of him and ran away from it, but in that, the mannequin was also able to get another hit on him. I don't know why. I don't remember the context, but Victor used Chilled Touch, but it didn't have the desired effect. I can't remember what it was or why it was, but that's what I have written down.
Certain creatures have immunity to different types of damage types.
That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Period. And then at this point, Bavlorna entered the chat, and she was pissed.
She arrived in her angry cloud of mushroom dust, which she actually rides on.
That was such a short recap. Wait a second.
It's because we just did battle.
It was battle.
It was battle the whole
That's
time.
Crazy.
Battle takes
anyway.
It's when you hear about action economy and everything, it will unfortunately it'll go faster as you guys learn your characters, but in certain levels it'll slow down because you have so many choices to choose from depending on the map that you're on.
Fair enough.
So I'm gonna be switching us to a different map because it's one you'll recognize, but you'll understand why in a second. Give your brains a second to adjust. It's gonna be the map of Downfall.
Oh, the one that we had very early on in the.
Mm-hmm. So all your
The
tokens
boat, I can't.
are technically in the boat. The boat should be able to be moved by everybody. But I moved them off so you could grab the boat and move it. Oh, that works too. Just to make it easy for it. So I'll let you guys get that out of your system. So every square is 10 feet. The boat can move 20 feet per 6 seconds if at least 3 people are rowing, meaning like even somebody has their hands in the water and they're like trying to swoosh, like there's 2 oars, right? But you can move 20 feet at top speed. If you dedicate your entire action to rowing, and like the 3 of you dedicate your actions to rowing, you can go a total of 40 feet. And then I'll have you guys do like an athletics check to see like, did you give some extra oomph into it? And we'll see if you get like an extra 10 out of it. Any questions?
The bare minimum is 3 of us have to be paddling.
Yes.
To get it to move the 20 feet.
Yep.
If we dedicate a whole action, it doubles, and then we can also try to enhance it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And a lot of that is because
Okay.
you're not like in the open water, you're in stagnant water, you're not on a river, right? So you're actually activating all of you're using your muscles to make the boat move. And it's an older boat, it's solid
Muscles.
I
wood.
say we put Halder at the back to be the rudder.
I didn't get muscles installed on this character. I'm gonna be real with you.
That's fair. So as we start this, to kind of level set, all of your characters have just like stumbled in to the boat. Bavlorna has literally arrived on a cloud of spores, like all like the poofiness of it. She actually does ride a lily pad, so a lot of the lily pads that you see. So she's floating up in the air on this thing, and there is, I'm gonna say something as Bavlorna, and you guys are basically gonna get like a round to respond or do whatever you need to do to prep for, depending on how you guys respond to Bavlorna. Okay. Last you saw too, those little like Lornlings, there had been a group of them up on the balcony on the 3rd floor, and they actively stopped seeking you guys out as Bavlorna had arrived. So as you guys are sitting there catching your various breaths, Etika is completely knocked out on inside the boat. Probably a little bit sprawled because he is a big guy. You guys just hear this kind of like the ambient noise of the water just naturally kind of sloshing, the ripples that are still kind of dying down from everybody getting in to the boat. And you hear Bavlorna. You kind of have to strain to hear it. It's not like she's shouting. But you do hear her say, "Oh, Your Majesty, it seems like you and your friends have overstayed your welcome and went where you were not wanted nor invited. I'll give you this chance to try to talk to me about why you were in my cottage. One chance." And she waits.
Well, Callista definitely has to respond here. Is there anything anybody wants to do before she talks?
I was looking at my stuff real quick to see if I still have what I think I have. I don't have what I still thought I had. Never mind. Oh wait, yes I do. Sorry.
I want to have it more of Victor tries to have him and Halder like shuffle to hold the oars, but not actually like move them, just prepare themselves. I also only say Victor and Halder as we are the ones with the stronger strength, at least per modifier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that so Etika cannot help us move this thing at all. So if we always have
No.
to have 3, then I think at bare minimum Victor and Halder need to be on rowing, even if it's not a full rush job or whatever. So I think they should like do whatever they need to do to plan for that.
Yeah.
And then we can bounce back and forth between Vaughn and Callista depending on who goes, because she's just not very strong. So she wouldn't be able to help with like the big pushes if you guys wanted to go for like a bonus. But if you just need a third person to do a regular row, she can do that. And that way she'll still have an action open for spells and stuff. So I think that Callista's going to try to just be real with her and be like, hey, we needed this to accomplish your task you asked us to do. She's gonna give a little speech and just see if she can talk her down. I don't think there's anything action-wise she wants to do or take any spells she wants to do to prepare, unless you guys can think of anything.
Well, Vaughn is going to attempt to use Charm Person. And while he's like carefully balancing himself, wait, can that reach her?
No, you guys don't see her yet. You just
she's-
heard her.
God dang it!
And
never
it's 30
mind.
feet range.
And I don't think it can get 30 feet. And if it did
Yeah, that
success,
is more than 30.
after she is no longer charmed, she will know that you charmed her.
Yeah, so that would be a bad thing, and she will probably not fail the wisdom either.
That's so
too,
true.
Yeah.
That's so true.
And then
I just
thought
thought
it
it was
was
typical
magic
Vaughn
user.
fashion. Either way, he's gonna
Yeah,
kind
I
of.
think right now we're trying to anything you can do to like buff yourselves or each other or like get us ready to row faster. Because I'm gonna try to talk to her while she's in earshot, but as soon as we get a chance to move this thing, I think we are planning to leave. So that's what we've been talking about.
This might
just
sound like
if
a
there's anything you
strange
want to do before
question.
we start talking at her, you know.
Yeah. Okay, so how many people can fit in this boat, Shaney?
Everybody. You guys have ridden, you literally rode the boat out.
So if I were to summon an unseen servant to help us row.
They still take up space, technically. They're not ethereal.
Yeah. That's why I'm asking, like, would it be able to fit in the boat?
No, it's already kind of a tight fit with all of you guys.
Dang.
Unless you have your unseen servant pushing out from outside the boat.
Yeah, I would say if you had them in the water kicking their little feet, like that could act as like another person.
A
Also,
little
I
rudder.
Did I lose Antares, or did he just not make it back on the board?
I just haven't
think-
put him
I
on the
think he's
board.
still alive.
He's still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still there. Because he was standing over Halder.
Yeah, he was helping with the moving everybody to the boat.
Okay, well then I think that is going to be the case. I think Vaughn is going to summon an unseen servant to kind of help and get them going at least,
Mm-hmm.
while he kind of contemplates what he wants to say to Bav Bav.
Oh, just the music go out, or did I lose it? Oh no,
No, they're back
okay.
in. I just was switching the music because I was like, oh.
No, everything was silent though. I got scared.
Oh,
Yeah, same.
As
I thought
you
maybe I had dropped a call or
should.
something.
All right. So I'm going to give Etika a positive roll. You don't have to roll for this. But so if you're just keeping track of his unconscious rolls, I believe that would put him at 2 positive.
Yep. Which should be what? That he's stable?
No, 3. He's stabled.
Haven't played D&D so long.
So you'll actually roll the final roll. Not the final roll, the next roll, depending on how this goes. So Etika seems to kind of take a breath subconsciously, almost pained, kind of grimacing. Sorry, Victor is the one who summoned the unseen servant?
No, Vaughn.
Vaughn did? Okay.
Vaughn.
Okay, so Vaughn did all the V names. And you can kind of see that something seems to be taking up space in the water, kind of resting, but like at the ready to kick their little feet. Everybody else picks up the oars to kind of get ready. And Zelina, how do you respond?
She's going to pick up the skull that we had to get for the scarecrow and hold it up where Bevlorna can hopefully see and say, Bevlorna, there's just been a misunderstanding. I'm so sorry if we went where we weren't supposed to, but we just needed this to complete your task. And now we have it. We've had, a substantial loss on our side defending ourselves from your pets. But we just like to go take care of the task we're supposed to go do for you and help our friend, okay? We're gonna go.
Question for you. I meant to ask this. Did you take off the helm? Because you haven't stated if you're still wearing so like there was the helm on the mannequin that you had put on your head. And then you were holding on to the skull.
No, I think I took it off when I got to the boat.
Okay. So like there's just
as soon as we saw her coming and I was at the boat, I took it off. So it's in the boat.
Okay. So if you can
But I'm holding up the other one so she can see it.
If you can just picture for me a floating lily pad of angry mushroom cloud just slowly coming into view.
God.
Staring you down, looking at the skull. Her big she almost seems to her body itself, she kind of twitches her head and her back seems to curve. She seems to enlarge in. It almost looks like she has not just like a couple of joints in her arms, but like many, many more than you would think possible, as her hands kind of grasp and curl around the lily pad. Her neck unnaturally extends and stares towards the deer skull that you are now holding up. Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Okay. That was very intimidating description, I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay.
I love hags.
Vaughn, do you have any bardic inspiration?
I don't believe so. I do not. I used them all up during the last session.
Her head tilts. Her lip seems to come up in a snarl as she looks down at the skull, looks at you all. There are rules in place. You don't just walk into somebody's abode and take what you think you need. We had an accord. You walked all over my hospitality. And yes, you suffered, apparently, in some way. But I think it's only fair if I actually get to make you suffer at my own hands. And it seems the mushroom cloud itself seems to kind of poof out in various different places from her back. Her now almost fully extended neck as she lifts herself up entirely. For the first time, you all are seeing Bevlorna Blightsraw in her peak terrifying form. Everything has gone... No, unfortunately. Everything has gone silent. The cloud around you all seems to thicken almost. And she waits and she watches to see what you guys do next. Callista, it's your turn.
Time to go. How many feet away is she?
Each square is 10,
30? Or
mhm,
is she 40?
30,
10,
35-ish.
20, 30. She's 40. You know what? For her curling in, I'll put her right here. So she's 35. Also, as a narrative note, because I don't think you guys can see the full map. Just as a reminder, if you remember, like where you guys had played dress up, that's this little island here.
Oh.
In this direction was where all the bullywugs were. There's like the little court. And then when you had met Clapperclaw, the person that you got who has the gourd head, who you were getting the deer skull for in the first place, was kind of in this direction.
I think we should head towards Clapperclaw, even though getting this thing for her seems like it might not be something she wants us to do anymore. She might not be happy with our arrangement anymore. We just put all this effort into getting this head, so I vote we go towards Clapperclaw. What do you guys think?
Oh yes, most definitely. We ain't just gonna get his head and not give it to him.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna say time to go, and I'm going to look at her and I'm going to cast Mind Sliver.
Ooh.
There's my new cantrip.
Spicy. Cantrip?
And
what does that
it
do?
does one damage.
It's a type of spell. It's a very basic type of spell.
I did some damage.
You drive a
she's
disorienting
gonna-
spike of psychic energy into the mind of one creature that you can see within range.
She has to
Oh,
do an
God.
intelligence save to see if she takes the damage or not.
Oh. So here's the thing. You go to connect with her mind and you're met with rot. Not just like a mulch pile of rot, but like a literal, what's in your mind, you get the sense of what used to be some sort of king of the forest, a deer with multiple points just rotting away, and you slam into the skull of this deer, and you're unfortunately not able to make the mind sliver connect.
All right.
That's your action.
I'm not gonna use any bonus action. I don't think. So I want to save, or I'm not gonna use any reaction. I want to save that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna tell Antares to use his turn to help paddle the boat.
Okay.
And that's the end of my turn.
All right. Yeah, I'll let Doc. He just, you hear in your head and you go, I'll do my best. And then he kind of sticks one arm awkwardly, and it's like a half doggy paddle, because he would fall in otherwise.
You always do. I mean, he can take actions as normal, so maybe he can count as like half an action of one of the people, since all he can use is like one paw, you know.
Maybe. All right, Vaughn, your turn.
Lana's gonna stand up in like kind of like Jack Sparrow fashion. He's gonna look at Bav. He's gonna look at Victor. He's gonna look back at Bav. And he's simply going to say, "So you want to attack us because of a deal that you made with him?" And he points at Victor. Then he looks back at Bav. "I don't see the point in that. I say we let them fight each other. And then he just kind of looks between everybody and Bav, and then everybody and Bav, like waiting for an answer.
We all made a deal. I just only made a separate one, because I wanted to just protect the what's his face.
So let me break the fourth wall here. And Etika has talked about this. In the Feywild, there are rules of hospitality. Yes, your group made contracts with Bav, but you've broken and you've trespassed and you've taken. It's a bigger deal than I would say, your typical trespass of anyone else. So it's more of an honor thing. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. It's more of an honor thing that she's upset, and she's a fucking hag. So it's like you went into her home, her safe space, her that kind of style. Not just, it's not like, oh, this makes sense. It's a you violated my own space rather than like coming to me and asking me stuff. Blah 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 blah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm going at it with
Yeah.
like her own words almost in a way, because she in her own words per you said
Mhm.
that we made a deal. So I'm kind of trying to use her words against her, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I'm also going at it with the mindset that Vaughn is not from here, so he's not very familiar with like those like sacred, like kind of like assumed things about the Feywild. So I'm kind of using that to my advantage.
Got
hopefully.
it. I was trying to explain that Etika has shared all of that stuff for you. So where you didn't know, Etika has shared that information.
You're right.
And in like multiple sessions has shared that information and warned.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Damn. That did not play out how I thought it would.
All right.
I'm gonna stick with it though, because
okay.
I'm gonna pretend that Vaughn is pretending he's arrogant and doesn't understand, or ignorant. Sorry, not arrogant.
It's not
All right. And what are you going to use for your action?
For my action, she's not close enough for me to use anything, unfortunately. Oh, just kidding. Hang on, let me double check. Damn, no, that's 30 feet. Yeah, I got nothing. I think after this, like, notion into thin air, he's just gonna kind of sit back down, kind of hopefully triumphantly, and just kind of cautiously
gonna
help
paddle?
pedal.
I was going to say,
Okay.
I was like, I need to
"You're
keep
not gonna just
track.
sit there."
I need to
I'm
track
trying to
who's
think of, like,
paddling.
I'm envisioning it in my head where like he just kind of like sits down all like prim and proper, and then like a split second later he like hunches over the side and like starts rowing.
Okay. Got it. All right. Halder.
Is Holder still raging?
So that's a really good point. In the last the prep round, if you had hit yourself or taken damage in any way, you would have still been raging, which is why I gave like a little bit of a beat for you guys to prep. Otherwise, you would have lost your rage. So that is your call. Halder.
Yeah, I was trying to think. So we would have had to do something like the one, like round to get ready, right?
It's more of an if Halder had wanted to maintain the rage, you would have had to like slap yourself or like attack something. That's like the mechanic of rage.
Yeah. Okay.
Otherwise, it would drop, and I believe there's like hold on, let me clarify something real quick as I look. Where is it? Rage. If you're able. It ends early if you are knocked unconscious, or if your turn ends and you have an attack also. Okay, yeah, you don't get stunned or anything, so it just drops.
Okay.
So, that is a question to you. Would you have slapped yourself or done something to maintain the rage, or would you have let it drop?
I think with everything going on, he would have just let it drop,
All right. So,
forgetting about it.
okay. And now what would you like to do?
Halder is going to grab the paddle and get ready to row.
All right. I think that's enough for all of you for the boat to move. So I'm going to go ahead and I got to move some stuff around here. Stamped ant. There we go. There we go. Let's see. You guys would get about there. So I would say either here or if you want to go to the left square. Depending.
Yeah, the left.
The left square?
Yeah, I'm okay with the left.
All right.
Because I think we want to go kind of hard left here.
Okay. Let's see here. It is Bavlorna's turn. What is her range? 60 feet. She's going to fly at an angle.
Oh god.
And she lifts one of her like elongated arms with multiple joints and uncurls this finger that seems to have like 3 additional joints as well. The nail you can actually probably see from there, and she points in Zelina's direction as she sends the following attack. 16 to hit.
That's not very nice. Dialect guy poked your brain and you give me withering ray. Okay, let's see. My AC is 11, so that hits.
All right.
That hits.
I believe, if I remember correctly, you should have some temporary hit points too.
Am I able to shield with my reaction?
Yes, you are. You want to use shield?
Yes, because that will get me to wait. That would. Oh no.
Meets it, beats it. So if she
meets it, beats it. So that wouldn't do it, would it? Nope. Never mind. I will not shield then. I will take the damage.
Okay.
So it'll get rid of my 9 temporary hit points.
That's a good chunk.
Plus 6 regular hit points.
Okay.
So I'm down to 12 hit points.
All right. Feeling the ray, would your focus be on Bavlorna still, or would you be like facing the shore?
I think that before she got hit by it, she was in full like Washington on the boat crossing the channel or whatever. Like, because she's so little, she's probably like up there getting ready to like help in whatever way she can, knowing that she can't really row.
Love that.
But she's not looking at Bavlorna, she's looking at her team, so she would not even see it coming.
As all of a sudden, the sickening ray seems to hit the back right shoulder of Zelina. Those of you that are kind of looking up towards her, you see her fur kind of the shine of her fur of youth get old and wither, and some of it even seems to fall out and turn, I would say like a more like silver sickening color, to kind of signify the damage that you just took. She's gonna continue.
Oh my god!
I'll float this way, and that'll be her turn, and that'll bring us to Victor.
Okay, I don't know what to choose. Do I paddle or do I attack? Because I am the one with range.
Well, we have Halder's using his whole action, and Taris is going to use his action.
Yeah, there's the unseen servant.
Von, your unseen servant. Can we say the unseen servant and the dog count as one together?
Yes. Well, I had already said the unseen servant had counted as one, so that's why in my head I had enough to push.
We have. Yeah, that's why we moved. So do you want to try and push for the next move then? Is that what would happen? Or would we have to wait till next turn? Because that's like the boat's action, right?
Yep.
It's like the boat's turn, is it moving?
As soon as everybody said, like, I had enough people to say that they were like the engine of the boat, I just moved it. That's why I decided to move it.
So could we get it to go a little farther if Victor helped?
Yep. I would say
period.
If you Victor, did you say that you have rage?
I don't think I have rage on. I don't
no,
know. If that would've
range.
Oh, range. I heard rage. I was like, okay.
I also
Um,
heard rage.
Um,
um.
I would say I would give you an athletics check to, and depending on how high it is, to potentially, if you want to donate your action to keep moving the boat, you're welcome to. I would say with an athletics check of minimum 10 would get you an additional 10 feet. Yeah.
I can't missy step with everyone in the boat, could I?
Nope.
That would have been
And you
funny.
can't even take the boat with
Oh.
you. You can only do your person.
Also,
That's
you
so
used your
neat.
Misty Step last time when you weren't in control of
Mhm.
yourself.
Well, no one changed my spells. Oh, I'm gonna fight Alvin. So you said
Do it.
athletics?
Yes. Hello?
Hello? What happened?
Oh,
Music.
I don't know. There we go. Oh, it's back again.
There you go.
A little unnerved, unfortunately. Kind of feeling smushed within this boat. You know, it does seem to move like an extra 5 feet. I'll give it, but not the full square.
I'll take it. That's fine. Better than nothing.
Hey, you know what? That 5 feet came in clutch last game. Let's just remember that.
What happened last time? 5 feet.
5 feet was the difference in getting everybody to the boat versus not.
Good.
All right. Whoever's rolling for Etika, roll a d20, please. 10 or above is a success, and if it's a success, Etika will. There we go. All right, Etika is stable, so unconscious but stable, so will not die, unless hit. So, all right,
So protect him at all costs. Got it.
Yes, still protect him at all cost. Not out of it. Callista, your turn.
Okay, hadn't really thought about what to do. Seems like she's good at intelligence saves, so perhaps I will not try that one again. It did seem like she rolled pretty well though.
Mm-hmm.
This is a wisdom save. Let's try this. No, I'm not within 30 feet anymore. Haha, sorry. I'm so unprepared. Who's the lowest hit points right now?
Me.
Okay. I'm going to cast Fortune's Favor on Victor. So it'll just be on you for an hour. And if at any time you want to have like advantage basically on a roll, you can dispel it to give yourself an additional d20 to roll, and you can choose which one to use.
Was that intentional for Victor, or was that for the person that said me?
Oh, who said? I thought Victor was the low one. Is it Vaughn?
No,
oh, Vaughn. Then
It's
Vaughn.
me.
Then
It's
Vaughn.
me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to cast on whoever's lowest. That way they
Okay.
have a better chance to save themselves if the time comes.
Okay. I had to double check because I was like, wait a second.
You're like, hold the phone. All right.
Yeah, I just didn't know if like there was like another plan with that. I was
That
like, okay, so she just wants to
concentration.
know who the lowest is, but then give Victor this, and I was very confused. Anyway,
All right. That is your action. Oh, hold on.
oh no.
Pastel. Look at the casting time.
What?
Look at the
1
casting
minute.
time.
Oh, never mind. Okay, so I can't do that.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Then I will. I can't do anything. I can't hit her with anything that I have, right? Because
You can hold your action.
I could try.
If she gets within
Moral
range,
support.
you can say this triggers the spell.
She will have a turn again
Mhm.
soon, and she seemed like she moved pretty far. So I'm gonna hold my action till she gets within 30 feet of range. And once she does, I would like to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Ooh.
All right. Sounds good. Once she gets in range, what's the distance on that?
30 feet.
30 feet. All right. Sounds good.
And
Thank
I'm
you.
just going to be, this. Now that I've been hit in the back by her, I would be watching her to see when she comes in range. I'm prepared
Oh,
now.
who hurt? Okay. Vaughn, your turn.
I got hurt. I'm older
Ouch.
now.
Your poor fur looks really mad at it right now.
Vaughn is gonna look at Callista's poor fur falling out and oh god, not the predatory hunt. Anyway, sorry, I just read that message. He's gonna look at Callista. He's gonna look at the rest of the group very somberly. He's gonna close his eyes for a second, and as he kind of turns back towards Bevlorna, he's gonna kind of mutter under his breath, "I'm sorry, Bevlorna, but you leave me no choice."
Oh.
And he's gonna place a hex on her.
Okay. You lift up your
Put that in the chat real quick.
own creepy finger. And
Why is it asking me to do a roll? Is there a roll associated with this? Wait a second. When you cast a spell using a spell slot, 3rd level or 4th level, you can maintain. Yeah. Why is it asking me to do a roll?
I think
Wait a second.
I
Am
think
I
it's
dumb?
you just roll it. Just say yes to it.
Okay.
Oh, it's because when you did enough for the description, you didn't actually have to roll. It's when you do say you do like a different cantrip next turn, you get to roll the hex, and that's the damage. Additionally, it's kind of like rage, where rage you get to add an additional 2.
Okay.
You just get to roll an extra
Gotcha.
d6 to damage.
Gotcha. Here.
Oh, necrotic damage. Interesting.
Oh god. Oh
Okay.
god.
All right.
Oh my god. Oh my
You'll
god.
see.
Oh my
You'll
god.
find
Oh
out.
my
You'll
god.
find out.
I think I made a mistake.
You'll
I think I
find
made a
out.
mistake.
You'll find out. You'll find out.
You're
All right.
overthinking.
I am.
Halder, your turn.
Halder is just gonna focus on rowing the boat.
Okay.
What ability of hers did you hex, by the way?
Ooh,
Oh, thank
that's
you.
a good question. Oh my god.
Just so we know.
Yeah,
she did
ability
really
checks.
well on an intelligence. check.
Intelligence, wisdom, charisma. It's the big capitals.
Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna do.
Intelligence would probably be nice.
I was thinking intelligence or wisdom. I forget the difference.
Intelligence is like you're super smart in school. Wisdom is wise enough to not touch the stove.
Oh, 100% doing. Oh, god damn it! I hate my overthinking brain.
I only said intelligence just because Zelina is very intelligence based on attacks.
As an ancient hag, I imagine her to be very wise and intelligent. So I'm not sure which one would be better out of the two.
At this point, just call her
What,
old.
knowing what we know about her, which one do you think is like her spellcasting modifier that she'd use the most? That's the one we
I
want
would
to hinder.
I would imagine wisdom, because she's had to do what she's done to survive.
I mean, you saw how she rolled on that intelligence save, though.
Oh, shit,
she
you're right,
rolled-
you're
she
right.
got a 22 and a 26. We don't know what the actual numbers were, but
You're right. You're right.
You
You're
never
right.
know.
she
We're
seemed
gonna-
like
we're
she might
gonna-
have a good bonus to that too.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna.
Or more importantly, what do we want to target about her? Like,
Well, probably intelligence then. Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
I have mind spike, I think.
That's what Zelina.
You do too?
All the mind
Yeah, because that
spikes.
was an intelligence save. So
That's
yeah, we
funny.
could give her you could set her up with disadvantage
Let's
to intelligence.
let's do
and
intelligence.
Then,
Yeah.
Yeah, Victor could hit her with an intelligence save and test it out, you know?
Yeah, let's do that. I like that idea.
All right.
It'd be fun.
And call her dumb to her face. Using Tasha's hideous laughter.
Love that for
You're
us.
short.
You say to the massive, like, huge hag chasing you. Yeah, good one. All right. I'm gonna move your little tiny boat that can.
Well, that could.
10, 20. We can go there. We can go here. We can go here.
To that
What?
one.
That one?
Trying to go
The
straight to
yeah,
Clapper
we're
Claw.
trying to go far left
Okay.
as we can.
Sounds good.
Would the bullywogs help the attack?
I don't think they would help, but I think Clapper Claw would if we toss him his skull. Beflorna won't have anything on him.
Very true. Which
Valid.
at this
And
point,
he would owe us, and I feel like he
Yeah.
would be more of an ally than the Bullywogs.
do you guys see this character right here? By the way.
Mhm.
Okay.
Wait,
Let me ping again.
The top left.
oh, I
Yes.
see.
Okay. So as like the fog seems to part for you, you do see the bullywugs like be like, nope, this is not my business, and kind of back up. Nope,
Good.
they're dipping.
Nobody wants to get into witch business.
If you do see like there might be like one minor one just kind of like looking around the column like
Perfect.
and eating like a random fly, just the equivalent of a popcorn box as they're watching what's going on
What?
with you guys.
What?
What? They eat flies.
I know. There's just the image of that in my head.
You're
No,
welcome.
think of it. He's got a cute little popcorn
Flies.
bucket full of flies.
Yep.
They're
That's what I was
like-
imagining. That's what I was imagining.
What would you
Think of
say?
it cutely.
Let me see.
Butter would
Let me see,
actually
they're
work for
covered
that.
in white cheddar.
Oh,
Absolutely not.
oh no.
That's-
Okay, I hate this.
See,
I
that's what
regret
I
Like
this.
what?
See?
I regret. Okay. Alder, is there anything
White
else?
cheddar flies.
Do you want to say anything, do anything other than just keep paddling?
No, Halder's pretty focused on just paddling.
All right.
He's good at it.
He's great at it. He's got those muscles. All right. Bav, what's he going to do? 10, 20. And something interesting happens when she goes for her last 10. She launches herself off the lily pad mid-air. She looks like she's... Oh, that's not what I wanted. She looks like she's about to dive into the water, but in doing so, she gets within range of Zelina. She's like full on diving into the... She's off the lily pad, diving into the water. And mid-flight, gets in range of Zelina's Tasha's hideous laughter. If you want to drop that for me.
She's gonna yell at her. We're gonna laugh about this later, but why don't you laugh about it right now?
Shut the fuck up. Is this intelligence save? Please be a 2.
It's
A wisdom
is
save.
Wisdom.
Okay.
Huh.
All right.
I know it's gonna come back to
So
bite me.
wisdom
No, it's okay,
save
it's okay.
DC 13. Let's see if you can make the hag laugh. No shit. No fucking shit. No shot. You know what's so
Against the
fucking
hag.
funny about this is that most Fae characters, and those of you playing elves, know that if any sort of like enchantment you have advantage on, typically, she doesn't have that on her character sheet. She doesn't have advantage on, which is crazy to me. This is hilarious. Okay. Fuck. She thinks she's so badass. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Sorry.
Oh my god. She thinks
I'm not
she's
sorry.
so badass. This massive hag. Literally, I'm not even kidding. The vibe she's giving you guys is the fact that she's toying with you. She's not going full kilter. She's toying with you. Jumps off. All of a sudden, you see this look on her face go like from full angry to like the realization of the spell hitting her before she just starts hacking, laugh. And it is like, if you can think of the worst laughter you've ever heard, like it sounds like they're coughing, it sounds like they're hiccuping, it is not pleasant to the ears. She just ends up, oh my god, the timing of this, falling into the water and goes fucking prone
What?
because
she's prone for the duration of this.
and
Yeah,
you
she's
guys
literally on the
watch
floor.
as her body just sinks into the water, and you just see bubbles as that's, you know, with the movement and everything, gravity will take place on her, but you don't know how deep this...
Shaney, I have a question.
What's up?
What is her intelligence score?
You don't know?
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just asking
Nope.
because that's part of Tasha's hideous laughter, but okay.
Yeah, it's
So it's less than 4.
Oh, she has more than 4.
no, more than 4.
She's
So like a
affected, yeah.
cat, Let's
She's
like
smart.
you can't make a cat
Oh
laugh.
my god,
It's the
I
opposite
misread
end.
the thing.
No, you're
I
good.
misread. Yeah, I misread it.
So
Yeah, no, it was a wisdom save.
Oh my
Me over here trying to be
god.
smart.
I fucking love like the imagery of this, like Bavlorna just
Mhm.
totally biffing it, thinking she was looking cool, falling head over heel into the water, laughing, hacking, blubbering into the water. That's all she can do until she successfully makes a saving throw on it. This is a concentration spell, so Zelina, I'm going to give you a little timer. So if you get hit with anything, you'll have to make a concentration check. But that's it. She can't even do what she was going to do. That's her turn. You stopped her before she could do anything. Victor.
Can she breathe
Amazing.
underwater?
She's a frog. So you do notice
I'm
like
scared.
yeah,
But
you'll
she's
find
still
out next.
incapacitated.
She's still
Yeah,
quote
we
unquote
can-
prone.
We can make some moves while she's underwater.
All right, Victor.
By moves, you mean we're moving the boat. I'd like to
Move the
paddle.
boat.
All right, let's do another. If you're gonna focus on that, do another. Was it athletics, please?
Before you roll, are we allowed to know what we're shooting for these?
Oh, I said 10 or above would get you a full 10 feet. And
Cool.
I think last time, what did he roll? A 5. So I gave him 5 feet.
Yeah, I rolled an 8 now.
There you go. The shore is starting to come into view a little bit more. There's a couple other bullywugs that are hiding behind the columns watching you guys. Their eyes huge now, seeing Bavlorna biff it off of her lily pad. That's kind of what it looks like to them. She just fell off the lily
Off of
pad.
her lily pad. I
Yep.
love it.
You guys just embarrassed the fucking hag. Oh my god. Etika, I'm just gonna remove from combat for now because Etika is stable, and we're gonna be back up at the top of the round with Callista.
Okay. Callista is gonna repeat her edict of "we gotta go," and she's gonna look at the water and her position on the boat, and she's gonna be like, "Wait, I know I can do this, and I would like to make an athletics roll to help the boat
Okay.
and use my whole turn." And I would also like to use my portent roll to give myself a 10 on that roll, so it works.
Okay. Because Bav isn't able to make her roll until her turn, if you guys want to say everybody is just like focuses the engine of this, I would say we can do like a group athletics check just to see if you guys get an extra oomph.
That'll be great.
I'm down.
Alder should roll that.
That's what.
Can I use the
Alders
portent
are.
roll for that instead?
Yep.
Oh, then in that case, she's just going to look at the team and she's going to say, "We can do this," and affect the fortune of the moment and make sure
Can I
that they
say
can do it and push them a little further.
All right.
Can I say something?
Yes.
But we have it that Zelina just starts standing up and like just starts saying row, row,
Row,
row.
row.
Are we all
Yes.
just paddle in unison?
I'm here for it.
She's got the little dragon's sword
That's
dagger. She's
fucking
holding it up.
adorable.
I'm still imagining it like Washington. That she's at the bow of the ship and she's just
Exactly.
sword out, chest extended, everything.
Wait, I need to follow this. I need to find the picture of Washington.
Literally,
All
with
right.
Etika passed out in the back of the boat.
Because I still want
Invisible person swimming
someone
behind them.
to roll whoever wants to roll it, because
Alder.
it's gonna happen no matter what. You're gonna roll with
Alder.
advantage, and if it's 15 or above, I'm gonna give you an extra 10 feet of movement for
Alder.
the
I
inspiration.
Alder.
Halder,
It
I
has
think
to
this
be.
is your
Alder's
moment to
the
shine, because you
we all have inspiration this week, by the way.
Yes, you do. And you have your pupper and you have the unseen servant, so you have like a full blown like engine house. So
I'm rolling
advantage for athletics. Yeah.
For athletics.
Nice.
Okay, 24. That is more than
Jesus.
enough. So we got
Yes, we're
10.
moving.
We got 20.
Oh,
We got
he's in the-
30. We got
Oh.
40.
Woo!
The shore is right here. You guys are 10 feet away. You see Clappercaw seemingly like just kind of still having some sort of conversation from the commotion of your guys' boat turns and Zelina, where are you still holding on to the skull?
I think it's probably at my feet.
Okay.
Because I was holding up the dagger and I've been
Gotcha.
throwing spells and stuff.
Heck yeah. All right. Clappercaw turns and is in full shock looking at you folks. He doesn't have like any eyebrows or like actually it doesn't have a face to the gourd. But you can tell from the body language genuinely looks surprised by all of a sudden this like for lack of a better term skidoo of a boat that just zoomed right up to him. It is Bavlorna's turn. She gets to make... Is it at the top of her round or bottom? Let's see.
End of each of its turns, and each time it takes damage.
Oh my god. So even if she makes it, you guys get another full round to do stuff. That's crazy. Okay, so let
Yes!
me...
That's funny.
Tasha's Hideous Laughter,
for the win.
one of my favorites.
I want that.
Also, by the way, it says in the components a tiny tart and a feather that is waved in the air, which I think is hilarious to picture. All right, here we go. We have a wisdom save coming in 3, 2, 1 for a 16. Anyone looking back at to where Bav was had fell into the water, you know how I was saying there was like a steady amount of bubbles coming up. The bubbles seem to desist.
Oh.
And Zelina, you would know.
Stop laughing.
Yep, you would know from your spell because it's your spell that the spell has stopped. She has made it. But now it's Victor's turn. Well, Victor, you were using your action to... Everybody was doing the powerhouse, so we're going to go back to the top of the round to Callista.
I'm gonna pick up the head and show it to Clapperclaw. And be like, Clapperclaw, we found your head, but Bavlorna's coming. Can you help us? And I'm not gonna throw it to him yet. I'm gonna just hold it up where he can see it. And I think, can I do like a persuasion roll to try and get him to help us and be brave?
Yeah, with advantage,
Like,
because it's
I
his
want to
fucking
use my
head.
action to just like use the head to try and convince him to
Mhm.
help us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which kind was it? Persuasion?
Persuasion with advantage.
Okay, I got it this time, guys. I got it.
Okay.
I got one on one of them. Jeez, oh man.
If you could imagine a person without a head who can't express themselves with facial expressions, catch on that you mentioned like Bavlorna, look behind you, and if their face could go white, it would. But seeing the head and seeing like their possession themselves before them, you just see the gourd nod and still silent, and the claws kind of clicking as in a hand motion, like showing you like come ashore, essentially.
Can I toss him his head from here as like a
Yeah, if
act
you,
of good faith?
yeah. Make an athletics check.
I wanna throw him his head to be like, okay, bet we're teaming up. Athletics?
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Yes.
Let's see, and I'm gonna do a dex check for Clapper. Hold on.
Can I do a reaction ticket?
Too bad it wasn't a
Clever.
dexterity.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Oops. Okay, I just wanted it to get higher than your 7. He has to like hold himself on one of the poles of the dock, but he's able to just barely, the claws clamp around one of the antlers and he pulls it close. And and just for the narrative's sake, rips off the gourd and it clutters to the ground as you hear the coins inside the gourd kind of echo within it, muffled, before he triumphantly puts the deer skull on his head. And I'm gonna put a photo in our voice chat
Yeah.
that it shows you what he looks like when he has the deer skull returned to his head.
Oh, he's a
so
cutie.
handsome. He's adorable.
And let me make sure how his voice works. You hear kind of not muffled anymore, but now kind of has a voice. Thank you very much for my head back. We have to go. Follow me.
I love him.
As he's
Good.
kind of motioning you to get ashore and follow him, I'm just gonna combine his turn with you, and he's gonna like literally bound down the dock and look back and wait. On your turn.
So we're not close enough that we can just jump onto the thing, right?
You're 10 feet away.
Okay. Vaughn is going to look at the team, look at Clapperclaw running away, and he's going to say, let's go. And he's going to start rowing.
All right.
Nice.
What do I need to... What was it again? A 1d10?
No. You're just part of the engine room.
Oh, cool.
All right. Halder, are you still gonna row as well?
Yep.
All right.
Halder's gonna row.
With the doggo and... Oop. You guys get to move 10 feet. Halder, if you want to get out, you will still have additional 20. Since it got to shore essentially on your turn. And you only use 10 feet to move.
Halder's gonna get out and that's the boat. Yes, I get out and run along the dock.
Sounds good. Here, let me move the boat. There, the boat is moved. Perfect. All right. Because of physics and how fucking big she was, looking back, she had to use most of her movement to get up to even the surface of it, and you hear her kind of that similar like scream, but now like bubbling and gurgling, and she just looks like just a soggy wet dog. Any kind of puffing of her chest, she just looks like withered and frail and pissed. And she just got to the surface of the lake. So that brings us to
Does it make me
Victor.
think of like Ursula at the end of The Little Mermaid?
100. That's exact. Goddamn, that's exactly what I was thinking of. Yes, 100%. She is not laughing anymore. All right, Victor, your turn.
I'm gonna have the bridal carry Ethica. Do you want me to roll for that? Can I just
No,
carry
it's half
Ethica?
movement if you're carrying somebody. So you can only
Half movement.
So you
yeah.
can dash and move normal with him.
Yes. Would you like to do
That's
that?
probably our best bet because Callista can't
Yeah.
carry him. Vaughn's almost dead. Halder's already
Yeah.
out.
That's the only thing we got. 13 feet is what I can do. Or 15, not 13.
Oh no, we were
Wait,
saying
you have 30. If you dash, you could do the full 30 because it'd be double.
that's right.
you can use
Yeah.
your
Okay.
action to dash. You can do the full 30.
Okay. Cool. Taking Ethica up and then dashing 30 feet across the bridge.
Sweet. I'm just gonna put Etika up here, but I trust you to move yourself.
Wait, how far is that? I didn't.
Each square is
Yes,
10 feet.
Each square is 10, so that means I have.
You can get up where Clapperclaw and Halder are.
Around here, maybe?
Yes, that works.
Thing? Makes sense.
All right, Callista.
Same thing. I'm probably gonna climb up Vaughn's shoulders and use him to get up on the thing. Do I want to dash and scamper through everybody? Is there anything better I could do here? I don't think there's anything better I could do here. So I'm gonna just get all the way to the shore if I can. Not too far to get away from him, but like, you know, off the bridge.
Mm-hmm. Sweet.
She's tired of being wet.
Fair enough.
All right, so that brings us to this is Clapperclaw's turn as also. I'm just putting it on Callista's turn as well. You hear, follow me. I know where I can call a portal. Follow me.
Where you can
Oh.
call a portal.
Mm-hmm.
How
All
much
right.
magic does this guy got?
Let's see. And he
That's why we came to him.
zips around Zelina. He's not going to dash. He's gonna get around to the corner of the building, kind of look back at her, and just kind of wait. And then Vaughn, your turn.
Vaughn, in all his weakened glory, is going to carefully hoist himself up onto the I don't know why I want to say deck. Oh my god. The path. Oh my god. Whatever it's called.
The dock.
Thank you.
Yes.
The dock, the bridge. Those. Thank you. And he's gonna join the rest of them. Very, very slowly, but he'll get there in the end.
Oh, because
Right?
he's
Yeah,
at
that's
2
right.
HP, poor guy.
Yeah. 10, 20, 30. Oh, so I'm actually here. Just kidding.
Okay.
But yeah.
Halder, your turn.
Halder is going to turn to Victor and offer to help with carrying Etika to the path.
Sounds good. Also, as a side note, just because I think it's funny and no other action was given to the unseen servant, you guys watch as the boat continues underneath the dock, and it's slowly moving off as the little unseen servant is still like kicking its little feet to move the boat.
I love
Doing
it.
great, sweetie. Maybe she'll see the boat and think we're still on it. I think it's a good plan.
Ooh. Can I use... Wait a minute. I have ideas, but I don't know if it'll work.
Mm-hmm.
That illusion would be funny.
Well,
I have minor illusion, but I don't know if that's enough to, like, cover us.
I mean, you could put like fog on the boat if you wanted to. What did just happened?
I meant, like, us, like, actually on land, like, so that way we're not in her direct line of sight and she can still see the boat.
Nah, I wouldn't worry about that because it wouldn't be able to move with us necessarily, and we gotta scoot.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Valid.
If you get an opportunity to move a little further and dash, I would take it. We want to get to wherever this portal is and get gone because she's mad.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I think
I only have
this is
a, I
just
only
a
have a
run
30
fight,
feet
right?
range on minor illusion anyway, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Halder offered to pick Vaughn up, correct? Was that what the last was said?
Etika.
Oh, Etika. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, he's gonna help carry Etika.
Oh, easy. Then you guys can move in tandem with no burden. So if you both wanted to dash, you can move a full 60.
Cool.
All right. Bad
Fine.
Lorna's turn. All right. She is going to, like a dolphin in water,
Oh god.
dash 20, 30,
And the fact that
40,
we can't actually see her right now is
50.
so terrifying.
60.
Oh?
Jesus!
Well, you had to say something. Now I see her.
And she pops out. She points at the lily pad right here in front of her, and the lily pad seems to sift and adjust, and she's calling the lily pad under her.
Oh.
Victor, your turn.
My turn.
Yeah.
Disgusting. I should just run. Dashing. I'm dashing again. Another 30.
Yeah, I think you and
I know
Halder
why
are gonna
question-
dash
You guys
together.
can do 60
right?
together.
If you go together, you can go a total 60. Yeah.
Oh wait, were we both holding Etika? I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
Yeah, Halder
Halder
offered to
decided he was
help
gonna
you
help you.
last time, and he held his movement to move with you.
Okay. So is that possible to move at the exact same time would count.
Yeah,
wouldn't
you're
it,
like
though?
carrying him between you. You know,
Oh, okay. So
you got like his little limp arms
60...
over your shoulders, dragging him.
1,
So
2,
yeah,
3, 4, 5. What? So around here, maybe?
yeah. I would land like right by Clapperclaw so we can just keep following him.
Woo. Wait, where was it again? Yeah. There you go.
All right.
Nice.
Callista, before you move, I'm gonna have Clapperclaw go. So
Thank
Clapperclaw is going to move 10, 20, 30. You see Clapperclaw point towards this tree here, and at the base of the tree seems to be some roots that naturally seem to create like some sort of rabbit hole / archway. And if you've seen the TV show Magicians and how they cast spells with their hands in different motions, Clapperclaw, as he's running, seems to be doing some sort of magic before he pushes it through, like almost like he puts his hands on either side of his jaw, pulls the magic out, and seems to point towards the tree, and you see light kind of come from the base of the tree. He looks back at you, and he seems to kind of, if the deer skull could grin, run up to the roots and just kind of points inward to where the roots are rested.
Oh my god.
And it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna dash, which I think I can get like here-ish,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
Something like that. And I'm gonna yell to Clapperclaw, I knew it was a good idea to trust you! That's it. And I'm just gonna make sure Taurus is with me as well.
And Taurus has been, I would say, like with you every step of the way.
Good. We'll give him a little pet. It's my object interaction.
Wonderful. Vaughn, your turn.
Vaughn is going to look back at good old Bavlorna, and he is going to cast, I think it's in range. Yeah, it is. He's going to cast Vicious Mockery on her.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. Wisdom save.
Which is another wisdom saving. I'm really regretting my choice with the hex, but it's fine.
What string of insults do you lash out at her out of curiosity?
Oh.
Meets it, beats it, but I think she takes half.
I don't even know. There's so many words that are going through my head right now. You short toad ass bitch. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. I don't actually know.
Her attic
He's
is
gonna-
a mess.
It's very true. He's gonna lock eyes with her.
Where's her bedroom?
He's gonna lock eyes with her, and he's gonna say, "Your life is too messy. You should probably go clean it up before you come after us. Also, you're short." And then he's gonna turn around and run away.
Oh, Mr. 2 HP. Okay.
I know, it's so
Okay.
bold. I hate it.
I just thought about that. Jesus.
Her head kind of curves as she tilts her head, and you see
Ignore
her
this, I didn't
jaw
mean to do this.
descend. Already happened.
No, like I accidentally did it again.
Oh, got it.
I didn't
Okay.
mean to do that. God damn it! I keep clicking the button. Stop it! No, go away. Sorry. Anyway, you were saying?
As all of your fury and rage seems to be now directed at Vaughn, bringing us. Well, and then you want to go ahead and move 30 feet.
Yes.
Let me see where you land.
He's up here with the boys.
Okay. How often can I do that?
I was gonna
God.
say, you assume my gender, and then I reminded myself of the you kept calling me a cloud, and my brain instantly went to you assume my occupation.
Wait, is that not his pronouns? Their pronouns?
No, it is. It was a joke.
Oh,
it was just
okay.
because you said the boys, and my brain instantly went to.
Oh.
I could be like, you assume my gender, and then it stumbled into the occupation.
So Halder, it is your turn. You had held your movement to be in lockstep with Victor. So now it's your turn again.
Halder's gonna keep carrying Etika with Victor to make sure they get to the tree.
Gotcha. Sorry, my boss just texted me. Okay. Sweet. Okay. For Bavlorna. She gets on top of this next lily pad.
I can't see her again.
She gets to there.
Oh God.
And she just, let's see, barely has her eyes set on little Vaughn.
Oh God.
And she
Vaughn's gonna be the
throws
next one
all of her rage, as you guys see, or if you look back, if you're looking back at her finger is curled out once more, pointing in Vaughn's direction. Hey. Oh, there it is. Oh my God. Oh, what? I just discovered a new feature on Roll20 that is amazing.
Ooh.
Ooh! Withering Ray. 15 to hit, Vaughn.
Oh, I feel like that definitely hits. It definitely hits. I'm at a 10.
For 20 damage?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Would Vaughn have looked back at all?
Probably. Let's be honest. He's so nosy.
Okay. You called her... What did you call her? You called her...
Messy and short.
Messy and short. She sends a full blast of Withering Ray towards you as all of a sudden the effects of old age hit Vaughn as you naturally shrink to a shorter version of yourself as if you were older. And your head just like snaps back and thunks prone as you get completely knocked out because I think you only had 2 HP.
Yeah, I'm now at negative 18.
You don't go negatives in 5e.
I know, but I think it's so funny.
And that is Bevlorna's.
Can we make it canon that his hair turned white?
Sure.
Period.
It withers. So yeah, definitely withering effect. That's the color I was gonna say happened to Zelina, but she's a white rabbit, so I'm like, okay.
He's a white rabbit.
She's already got gray hair.
Yeah, there you go.
Gray purple. Yeah.
We're about to all be twinning.
All right.
We're gonna look old as fuck.
Victor, your turn as Vaughn literally collapses in front of you.
With the reaction of while holding Etika, can I like kick up Vaughn onto my shoulders? This big man. That is now old man.
Yes. But you're gonna be back to half movement if you're gonna. Because you.
I think you're gonna have to both carry one of them, and just take half movement and take 2 turns to get there.
Holder.
That's what I was thinking too.
Oh yeah, Holder, hold Vaughn. I'll take Etika.
What?
So half speed, which means 10 square each.
Oh God, does that mean my hex is no longer working on her?
No.
Sorry, there was a lot of voices just then. What was the question?
Does that mean my hex broke as well?
I
think I forget if it's concentration. It is. It's concentration up to an hour.
Okay, so roll a d20. Your DC is 10. A d20 plus your spellcasting mod.
Oh God, how do I check that again?
You made it. Well, it's whatever your spellcasting mod is. Vaughn, it's on your spellcasting sheet. It'll say at the top of the thing what it is.
Spellcasting ability is charisma. So then I just roll charisma?
No. You wouldn't.
No.
It's
I'm misunderstanding.
well, it's one of
The
those
spell
things.
attack bonus?
Hold on. Let me explain.
Sorry.
It is a weird. It's one of the things that in character sheets I wish 5e would have explained more, but they don't for whatever reason. And it's because the DC always changes depending on the damage you take. So I can kind of understand either way. But the DC is always a minimum of 10 or half damage. So if you had, let's say, taken 30 damage, your DC would have been 15, whichever is greater. And then how you make a save is always a D20 plus your proficiency bonus plus your spellcasting mod. You naturally rolled a 12. We don't have to add anything. So you beat the 10. So you maintain hex is at the end of the day what happens.
Gotcha.
All right. So, sorry, who is Victor carrying?
Etika.
Okay.
And decided to dash.
Okay. Sounds good. Callista.
Does Halder need to resolve his movement from the last turn then? He was gonna move with
Yes.
Victor.
You can
Can he grab Vaughn and do it now?
Yes. Go ahead and do that. Halder.
Kyle?
So
Yeah.
going yeah, he didn't dash, he did a regular move, so that's right.
Okay.
Going through that portal, is that gonna be an action?
No. You just got to reach it.
Just as if we were walking.
Yep.
Okay, so if, for example, I were to hold an action here, or like hold my movement here and wait for her to come into view to cast a spell, and then as soon as the spell goes off, use my movement to leave. Do you think that's within one turn's movement for me?
If you do your
like,
leap, yes.
I want to stay here and oh yeah, I'll give up a leap. I've got a couple.
Yeah.
I think I've got 2 left or 1 left.
And that's for anyone. If you say you're going to leap into the hole, like that is something that you can do.
Oh, just a leap in general, yeah.
Yeah.
But I've also got my
Your rabbit leap or whatever.
I've got my rabbit hop if she gets too close and I need to worry about yeah, can I just I just want to chill here until I can see her in range of a spell, like within 30 feet.
Okay, until she hits within 30 feet of you, you're holding what spell?
I would like to hold Tasha's Caustic Brew because I want to make sure these guys get behind me before I cast it.
Okay.
That's why I have to wait.
Okay.
Which is because it's like a stream forward from me 30 feet. And
Yeah.
I just want to make it difficult for her to get at us in that last turn.
Totally. All right. Sounds good. Anything
And
else
then
you want
after I get off that spell, like when it triggers, whether it works or not, I want to immediately turn around and leave.
Sounds good. Vaughn, can I have a death saving throw from you, please?
Yeah.
I'm so defeated.
Oh no.
That's
He's
one
just paying for the consequences.
one
of his
failure.
actions.
Halder, your
Oh
turn.
god. Oh god.
Like, talk shit, get hit, Vaughn.
Literally.
I'm
I don't know
gonna
how many
do
times
one.
it's
I'm
gonna
gonna
take
do
for
one
him to
thing
learn
with.
this lesson.
Hold on. I'm gonna do one thing with Clapperclaw. He's gonna come out and seeing 2 people go down. He's gonna like hold out assistance to like if anyone gets to them, he'll kind of push you both through the portal.
Aw. Nice.
So Halder, your turn.
Okay, so Halder's just gonna use his right on behalf. Halder's going to dash to get his full movement, and
10,
he would make
20.
it to.
You would make it to the portal with Vaughn. Both of you, you guys watch as Halder and Vaughn seem to almost, as they jump into the portal, shrink in size and disappear into some sort of ether. So Halder, you're effectively off the board. It's Bavlorna's turn. Let's see. 30. Oh, that's not what I wanted.
Jesus.
It's as far as she can
Now
get.
she has to move.
It was only
It'll be okay.
30.
Yeah, that's the same amount as I move. Just felt scary.
Let's see here. I'm gonna have her do a leap as she lands on land.
Are you doing this again? You
Yep.
making her leap into my spell again, DM?
She, it's not even, it's just a matter of movement. She's getting off the thing and she's holding out a hand. And who is she going to target? Oh, Selena, you're right in front of her.
She's got enough health. She's fine.
I'm also about to hit her in the face with acid, so
Well, your spell would have trickled already, so do you want to cast that spell?
yes.
Yippee!
She needs to do a dexterity save
Okay.
to avoid this.
She fails.
Period.
So she it's a 30-foot long, 5-foot wide line of acid. She is going to be covered in that acid until she either uses her action to scrape it off, and it does 2d4 of acid damage at the start of each of her turns until she scrapes it off.
Sounds good. If you want to go ahead and...
Is that concentration? It is, up to 1 minute.
Oh, that's how that keeps happening. There's a new bar that happened that appears in my eyes. So if you guys keep seeing Wittershins pop up, it like apparently when I try to click off of her, it clicks on her.
No, I appreciated the reminder because she's scary.
Ah.
Mm.
5.
Oh, my spell went off, so
Oh,
I
there it
also
is.
used my movement.
Yeah. All right. So you're gonna pop away and disappear into the hole.
Goodbye.
So before you do that, she looks at you. She kind of lifts a finger, and then both of her arms kind of go off to her side, and she just starts cackling in the pain of the spray that you gave her. Not even bothering to wipe away the acid before turning a sizzling face towards Victor. Victor, it's your turn.
Wait, if I saw that, can I say something?
Yeah, sure.
Before she hops in, she's gonna say, "See, I told you we'd laugh about this later."
Oh no, I love that so much. Okay. Victor,
Yeah.
your turn.
Don't go down.
Oh, I thought you were saying I was gonna get shit on.
No.
Oh, I was so like about to cry. So it's not an action to go in. Is it possible?
It's
if
just
I
you.
can-
It's just you as a reminder. You were the only one remaining other than Clapperclaw.
I thought he was carrying.
Oh, you are carrying Etika.
Yeah, I'm still carrying.
That's fair. That's fair. Sorry.
Can I give Clapperclaw Etika?
That's why he was
Push
holding
the
his hands
Google.
out for. Yeah.
I know, but I wanted to see if I could attack her, but I don't think I have enough action to do that, huh?
And she has so much health. We haven't hurt her at all. Please don't.
I know, there's no
You
point.
saw what happened to Vaughn.
Yeah. My brain was just more of I wanted to prolong her going through that portal.
You're
And
by
Vaughn-
yourself.
Vaughn
so
was
you
at
make the
2 health.
choice. You make the choice. You're by yourself, but
You're at 9 health.
Etika would not be happy with this decision. I'm just saying. He's gonna be
I
mad when he
know.
wakes up.
Fine, we're running into the portal. We're running into the portal.
Good boy.
Fine, I'm
call,
not
good
allowed
call.
to
Good
do
choice.
mine.
Good
Fine.
choice. Good choice. So as soon as you run to the portal, Clapperclaw was holding his own as he jumps into the portal, and the portal closes behind Clapperclaw. And all you guys hear is the cackling and the sizzling of Bavlorna. And we're going to fade to black for a break. We could, and I would say we could either end here. I'm good to go for like another hour, but I want to check in with folks for that.
What
Okay, I'm good. with
do you
another
have a
hour.
game plan for resolving these dead people without a healer? Where like, and you don't have to tell us that game plan, but like, would that game plan be better when Etika's here?
If you guys
if so,
want
should we
prolonged
wait?
RP, I would say we would want to wait. So yes.
I feel like this is our first big like losses we've had in battle. 2
Mm-hmm.
people down instead of everybody down.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a good RP opportunity personally.
And you guys have been asking for it, and I don't want to rush that. So if we're good resolving this here, this was kind of like the finale of the. Oof, you guys went up a big bad.
Was it
So
4 weeks of combat in a row. Like we've been
Mhm.
fighting.
You-
Okay,
it was
Honestly, yeah.
effectively a dungeon. You guys went through a dungeon.
it's so good.
So here's what happens. Here, let me stop this music. Because it's not scary anymore. You guys maybe survived. Well, most of you.
Most of us.
She was smelling the.
Which I guess actually, speaking of, just for the sake of this, we went through another turn. Vaughn, can you give me another death saving throw, please?
Ah,
You made it. Okay. So mark that in your character sheet because that's going to come into play next
Yep.
session.
Yep.
Okay. Let me. All of you are tumbling through mist as you come through this portal. It's a lot brighter than it was in the hither that you were just in. As you fall into thither, the mists seem to part to reveal a primeval forest. A fragrant breeze wafts between the enormous trees, sending motes of pollen dancing into the air. Patches of sunlight kiss the forest floor, and the sweet melody of birdsong echoes all around. Your various characters land with a thud, clappercaw kind of tumbling at the end. And for a second, you're able to catch your breath. And those of you still conscious look around at the wake of the damage of Bavlorna Blightstraw. And while damage was done, progress was made. But at what cost? And we'll end the session here.
you said we fell into thither?
You did. You've arrived in thither.
Yippee!
Oh god, which hag was in control of this one again?
Guess you'll find out.
Ah!
We were told at one point, I just can't remember which one.
Okay, hold on. The hag of thither is Granny Nightshade.
Granny Nightshade. That sounds like such a nice name.
Mhm.
I hope she plants potatoes and tomatoes.
I hope she
We are part of the
torments Vaughn.
Nightshade family.
What?
Sorry.
Because potatoes and tomatoes are nightshade.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a cute concept, though. Stop it, Frosty. Stop it right now.
Oh, Pastel, do you want to know why I only know this?
Why?
Quimbly, because she's allergic to nightshade.
Oh,
Yes, I knew that about her. My twinsy. I miss her.
I miss
Every
Quimbly.
time she talks
She
about
still
pizza, my brain
streams.
reminds she can't have tomato.
Like once a week, her Discord will randomly give me notifications. I'll be like, "Oh yeah, Quimbly's alive. Good."
Aw.
Yeah.
Love her. Stars and wishes.
Yep, time for stars and wishes. Who would like to go first?
I'll do it. And I'm biased. Fucking Callista dropping Bab into the water.
Yeah, that was gonna be mine as well.
I hope you know my brain skipped over the part that you said that you were gonna ready Tasha's hideous laughter. So just hearing the fact that she jumped off the lily pad, went straight for you specifically, and her just stopping mid dive and going straight into the water like a Looney Tunes character. I was so confused, so dumbfounded that it even happened.
Yay!
That's why it's literally the roll of the dice. I know Callista struggles sometimes, but it kind of creates these moments of like you just took a fucking hag down temporarily, albeit, but you still that was literally like clutch and it gave your party enough time to get to where you needed to go.
Wish. Damn, I missed my spell slots. You know.
Same.
Yeah.
Vaughn is currently out of spell slots.
I don't blame you.
Like you said,
I
we've
can't
been
wait
through a
for bed.
dungeon. What's your wish?
I wish to see my
Long
bed.
rest. Long rest.
You wish for spell slots.
I wish for spell slots and long rest, and for Etika to not be on his ass.
Fair point. All right, next.
Mine was also gonna be Bav's bath.
Not that. It's gonna be known throughout
That's
the
how I
land
wrote
of Bavlarn or Blightstar's bath.
Yeah,
needs a
that's how I
bath.
wrote it in my notes. So that was definitely my star for sure. That beats the cake out of everything that happened tonight. As for my wish, honestly, it's just like a personal wish to like have better abilities because I have like nothing that's useful. It's all just like, well, granted I do have stuff, but I don't have spell slots. So like,
It's because you babies.
So you need to invest in more cantrips, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I need more cantrips.
That's what I did last level up.
I have a lot of stuff that's like charming and like illusion stuff, but I have nothing that really like does damage at the moment, which I didn't realize until literally this session.
That's why
So-
you're a trickster.
I know. But I feel like I'm missing out on the epic battle moments. But I guess that's just like a personal thing for like me in the future, I guess.
So your wish is that you become more offensive in the future.
Mm-hmm.
More utility in the field, if you will.
Oh yeah.
All right, next.
Kylie, you wanna go?
Sure. Star would probably be the failed dive. Wish? I don't
More
know.
than anything.
I can't think of anything.
All good. You guys will be back on solider land, so there's definitely going to be more opportunities for Halder to do barbarian things. I look forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My star was I was really proud of Callista tonight. I feel like from the beginning I've tried to make her make decisions in combat that are very strategic, and in the past that's failed, like with Agdon long scarf when she tried to tie it up and it did nothing. It was like a cool idea, but tonight all the cool ideas worked, and my star was just that like I found a way to do well without having to roll the dice because I'm real bad at that. And I'm just glad it worked. And
You made B roll the dice and fail.
oh my god, it was amazing. And the fact that her movement had her diving into my prepared spells twice was actually insane. And I really appreciate the flexibility you give us to like hold actions and stuff, you know, to be able to interact with each other the way you have. Like, it's really good.
It's a mechanic
I
of the
don't
game
remember
that
how-
I swear a lot of people forget about all the time. Like, it's literally you're using your reaction to do that. So thank you for that. I'm glad. It's
cool.
it makes it like, I know some DMs are more like structured into like, you know, the turn order, but so it can get kind of confusing. But that's why you have your players to remind you, and it creates a really more dynamic and diverse action economy.
Yeah, and like being able to work together and carry people that were down in that scenario really helped and made sense, because you wouldn't watch Victor struggle carrying this body going half the speed of everybody else and not help him. Like, it just makes sense.
Right.
So it's nice to have that flexibility. And I don't know what my wish is, but I was really happy with tonight.
Yay.
And I totally need art of the crossing the Delaware, but the party.
Yes, crossing Downfall Bog.
With
I'll have it done by tonight.
with like the soaked like hag in the background, just, you know, and the bullywugs like off in the distance hiding behind a column eating their fly popcorn. Like, oh, so visually pleasing.
Did you guys
I
see the
have
picture I
two
put
I
of
wanna
that in the
do.
chat?
I am refusing to look at it.
I love.
I want to do like the original George Washington one, but then I want to do. Have you guys seen Steven Universe?
Mm-hmm.
They have a
Mhm.
painting where they replicate the same thing, but Garnet's punching a shark. So my thought is, imagine I have Callista at the front punching Pavlarna as a little
Amazing.
joke.
All right. Did we get everyone? Apologies if
Yeah.
Also, new. Is there any way we can get like a little preview of the aesthetics of Thither?
You want to get a
in
preview of
some kind
Thither?
graphic. Just because we're moving away from the bog, so I
We
have to change
are.
my background to not be lily pads anymore.
Here,
And
let me
before
show you
next
Thither.
session, I would love to get a preview of like the colors.
There you
It's so green and beautiful.
I do
Mhm.
like that. Oh my
There's
god.
mushrooms still. Okay. Cute.
Thither has more of a, I would say, spring into summer feel. Like,
Okay.
honestly, think of Washington, especially right now. I think would be a perfect
Mm.
time, which is why the initial description is like, there's sunlight, there's songbirds, there's growth, you know.
Beautiful.
I can't clarify. There's even sandbars up here in the north where there's water. It's a very, actually, let me put it this way. It's a very Neverland vibe to it.
Mhm.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah.
I can
I
get
see
with it. Foresty
Mm-hmm.
vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool.
So we were in what?
Hither.
Hither? Okay.
And then what? We haven't been to Yon yet. These are all three separate places, other than the place we started in.
Yes. The place
They're
you
all
started
in the
in.
same realm, right? They're all
No.
within like
Sorry.
no? Okay,
So
they're like
no, hold on. Stop. So where you started was the prime material plane. Hither, Thither, and Yon are in the Feywild, but it's a very specific corner of the Feywild.
So when we moved through these portals, we stayed in the Feywild in general, in like the
Yes.
same plane.
gotcha.
We're just moving geographically.
Imagine a globe, if you will, and in that globe there's a continent, and there's a magic cast on that continent, and that continent is split into 4 different parts. And you can neither go in or out of it unless you have specific magic that gets you in. It's like the Russian doll,
So it's kind
if
of like
you will.
multiverse, kind
Yes.
of. Okay.
I'm
It's
just
like we're on
I'm
the same continent, just in different points.
potentially it's
They're like
D&D.
different
It's Lucy.
countries?
Yeah, I'm just
They're different countries with very strict borders.
yes, because of the magic that's been
Okay.
cast. Because like there's lore about how basically there was the life in Prismere. You're in Prismere. That's the
Mhm.
world you're in the Feywild. There's lore about what the world was like prior to the hags being here.
Right.
Ooh. Maybe
And-
my wish is I want to learn more about that.
Yeah. Yeah. So like
I also want to learn more.
you've gotten hints that they're, you know, that especially through Etika, that Etika follows somebody who is potentially the leader of Prismere, who is being captured, and the hags are responsible for said capturing. Da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so there are 4 areas.
Mm-hmm.
3 of them are each run by a hag, and the 4th one was run by his like patron. His
The
lady.
4th area is to be expanded upon in the future. I don't want to do spoilers.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
So she's like above the hags.
No, she was replaced by the hags.
Ah, okay. Were the
So
divisions
she-
there when she was the ruler, or were they after?
They saw.
Is that spoilers?
I
Just interested.
because I try to be like, I want you guys to understand the story, but don't want to give too much away. But like,
Yeah.
essentially, like think of like Prismere as a shiny piece of land, and the hags came through, and they're like, we want it, and they took it, and then they split it amongst themselves. So now
Okay,
we're
so it's like a
we're
continent.
basically Yeah, we're
country
visiting
split
war
on a
torn
continent.
countries.
Lots of
This is
voices.
like going-
Yes. TBD. More to come.
We're going inside North Korea. We're inside the walls.
Yes, you're inside the wall.
We're taking down the rulers.
Correct. So yeah, imagine like you are in the Feywild and like you're in another area of it. You wouldn't be able to get into Prismere, basically, if you're not of Prismere.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of the ways like to access Prismere is through the carnival because there's like shenanigans going on there. So
And the only reason we've been able to even move around and get there in the first place was because of the portals.
correct.
The mirror and then this one.
Mhm.
Cool.
Mhm.
I understand. I was just trying to get a scope of like from our character's perspective,
The
has Prismere
geographical-
always been like this?
Yeah.
Or is this like, wow, this is the way it is, I never knew. Like because
Etika would have a sense of I need to clarify with Etika. Etika's been I think Etika has been here a long time ago. It's been many eons since he has seen his lady. Because there's no need for him to come to Prismere. But like it's like if you start talking to more of the creatures again, you'll get a sense that like they are under not duress but influence of the hags, right? And yet even then like there are the people that like never existed here before. So like people like Agdon were here, but they saw a power vacuum and they were able to, make it to their advantage. There's creatures that got picked on that, they've since like done the best that they could, but they're no longer in power, et cetera, et cetera. So there's definitely threads that you guys can pull to learn more about the world around you and the history. And like
can't wait.
so like oh fuck, what was his name? The guy that you flirted with. Like
Calabar?
Talavar.
Sir Talavar is of the lady. So like he was doing things to try and gain information and got caught. And so he was trying to escape back to lady with the information that he'd learned. Which is why he was trying to get out of there as quickly as he could.
I hope we see him again.
I hope you do too. But yeah, I think that's it for this session. As usual, you guys don't have to pop out when I go away. You can just stay and have chats, but this is where I say do. I will see you guys in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Thanks for getting nerdy with us at the end.
Yeah, you're welcome. Oh my god, homework. Ooh.
Remind you this time.
Okay. Let me think. You guys can also suggest questions too. Trying to think of fun stuff. What's your character's favorite meal? Have I asked that?
I think so.
Nope.
Damn it.
Maybe?
No?
I don't think so. I don't remember.
Maybe?
I don't think I've asked that. Like
I don't think so.
First
Maybe a
time,
mind to your face.
session. First apology.
Oh, mine. There was the question of what was your like favorite memory or fondest memory or something like that, and mine involved a meal. That's why I'm thinking that.
Yeah, the memorable prank.
Gotcha.
No, that one wasn't mine.
Yeah, I would
Oh,
say
that's fine.
favorite meal
Yeah,
or
yeah,
food. I think
Perfect.
is good. All right. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, that's going to be it for me tonight. Thanks so much for hanging out. Appreciate it. Please remember, be kind to yourself, drink water, and I'll see you folks next time. Good night.